Hi, I'm Gabby. I went to the dollar store to buy these canvases to play and to use oil paints for. And I came across these markers, and the only reason why I bought them is because they had these brush tip nibs. And I thought that would be fun to play with. So they come in a set of 4 colors: purple, green, and blue. The nibs are kind of stiff and hard. The other side is a regular small point fine nib. And then when trying to play with it, see if it blends. The color is vibrant, I should say that first. The colors themselves are vibrant, but when I try to play with it and blend it, it started to tear up. So especially even if I just regular coloring and if I recolor over again, after a while, if I do more than 3 or 4 times reapplying the color over again, the paper starts to tear up a little bit. So I will have to keep that in mind when using it. So with that said, I didn't know what I should draw with these markers, so I went to Alexa and I asked her for a prompt. Because my house has 2 Alexas on different accounts, they both gave me, and they're next to each other, they both gave me a prompt. So the one I'm going to do today is to draw what would wind look like if I could see wind. And as you can see, I just jumped right into it. I didn't plan it. I came with a little story in my head. Originally it was supposed to be a woman, but then I changed it to a man because when I thought of Poe, of the voice that came to my head was Poe from Mulan. Like this nice, calm, gentle speaking person, friendly. And in my head there was a story to go with wind. He was caught up in a fire. He couldn't breathe. Anxious, angry. There was wind caught up in his throat. He couldn't breathe. And as he got anxiety and fear as the fire was engulfing him. And as the fear grew, so did this swelling power within. But he didn't realize it was him. It was just, he felt the air around it compressing him. And when his fear reached its peak, the wind blew away the fire far from him. When the townspeople came, bringing the waters, they were in shock, but there was still fire around, so no one bothered to question and was more concerned about putting the fire before it spreads or get bigger or come back alive. While Wind stood in the middle, confused, wondering what was happening. Was it him? And that's where I got the idea of the story. So that's what I'm illustrating right now. And as you can see, I didn't plan it. Lesson learned. So I'm just like throwing down, sketching. And now that I'm drawing and sketching it, I had problems I forgot to record the beginning of it. But as I was sketching it, idea around, I have problems drawing hands and feet, so I just draw a blob. And since this is just random, I'm just doing it as is right now, I didn't even look up reference, which I should have done, at least for the shoes. It would have helped. And maybe for the bucket. But as I was drawing, problems redrawing it over and over, I wasn't sure how to draw the hands, or not the hands, but the shirt and the pants. But I know it was in fire. He was in fire, so it was a gulf, and he was supposed to get burnt, marks somewhere, maybe. But I just did it. I didn't plan it. I didn't do any references. Yeah. Should have done that. So as I'm drawing it, figuring out his face, I didn't know what to do with his hair, so I just gave him like little speckles of like a bald head. Keep it round. He's kind of looks like a monk, and I didn't know what to do with his other hands, so I just pretended it was like on the other side. I don't know. I didn't even know what to do with his feet. If he was standing in the middle of fire, I would think you'd be crushed down. But yeah, that comes with the territory of not planning things out properly. Just instead of just diving right in. And then when I get to the coloring, and as I was coloring with it, I realized that, well, I didn't think of this much when I first tried it out, but now coloring with it, the brush tip is very stiff. So it made it kind of hard to color, and I can't recolor over again too much because, again, the page started picking up, start scratching. So I try to keep it flat as possible and simple coloring. And since I didn't plan out even the coloring, I just threw whatever. So with Win, I knew I wanted him blue, but I just want him just blue, so I put purple. And then there was a Tom person. I drew an extra person, so I was like, okay, him green, but should I make him all green? So I put green and purple. The fire, there's no red, so I used pink. Pink fire. I started with the fire since that's the only pink I was gonna put on the page. It came out okay. It was fire, so abstract. Oh, and I inked with Sharpie. Really quick ink job. Really rushed. And since I want to keep this drawing within an hour, I rushed everything. I didn't really plot anything out. I just tried to rushing it to the end. So there is all that. Did I cry? Not my best. I could have done better. I should have took my time. Now thinking back on it. And I had time after now looking at it. But oh well, already said in pen. Done job. So quickly inking this now. I have to dry. Let it give a few minutes to dry. I erased it, and now I coloring it. And as I said, coloring it, I'm leaving it flat. So trying to leave as flat drawings as possible, flat coloring as possible. Coloring his shirt. No, his pants, his hair, his eyes, his pants. He's mostly blue, so his shoes blue, and then I decided to color his shirt purple. I think I should have left it blue. And again, should have planned it out. And then I used purple to do the highlights. I really like the purple as a highlight than the blue. I'm not sure about the inverse, but then I went to the extra village person. I didn't know what to do with the bucket, so I mostly left that white. But I did color blue and purple. I like when it comes to shading, I like the purple shading on the green. Again, not so much of the reverse, but I didn't do the inverse, so it's okay on the reverse. I made a villager's hair purple. I color green, but I left the skin blank. I didn't want to do much coloring on the skin since I had these limited colors. I could have, I should have, but it would have been too much blue, I think. And there was no other colors, and it's very saturated colors, so I just worked with what I had. I did a quick swirl with the wind, and I see the results, and I think it's okay. And as I said, if you feel the paper, if you could feel the paper, the places where I did try to repeat over again to color it in more, you could feel the roughness of the paper, so you could feel that it was lifting off a little bit, and I was panicking, so I stopped. But on the bright side, this marker doesn't really bleed much. I don't know what that says about the pigment, but there's nothing wrong on my page on the bottom, and trust me, this page is not made for marker, so it could easily be bled through. So that's what I just want to quickly talk about. It's okay for what it is. I get what I paid for it. It's a dollar marker. I regret coloring his eyes. I think I should just left that all blue. Other than that, I think that's about it. I'll leave the judgment of the values of the markers to you. I think it's okay. It's not the greatest. Well, it's a dollar marker, so it's definitely not the greatest. I don't think it would work for a professional color, but the colors are nice. And I do like the purple as a shade on the greens and blues. I don't know about the pink, since I haven't used it much. But as again, you can't really color much over it. It's just like simple shapes and colors. So, as I said, this is what I done. I'll leave the judgment to you, what you think. I think I don't know what I'm going to do with the markers now that I have them and I use them. I don't know if I'll use it for other projects. I'm not sure if it'll mix well. That I will also have to experiment later. But that's it for now. If you got through the end, thank you for watching. Bye. Bye. Okay, so if you decided to stay along, I decided to redo the same theme, same drawing, but change it up because as I said, I didn't really think it through, and I want to think it through and do a little bit better. I feel like I didn't like what I did the first time. I need to do better. I expect better from myself. I demand better from myself. So let's start. I started with some thumbnails, just playing around and seeing different actions. I'm gonna keep the man, what I did the first time, a really big round man, soft features, and I did 3 thumbnails before I picked on the last one, and I really like it. So using the colors to figure out well, of course, the colors to figure out the colors. The fire is going to remain red, or pink, technically there's no red. And the wind is going to be blue, but then I don't know what to do with the green and purple. I still want to use it. So I think I'll stick with the man being with purple, the bits of purple, maybe his clothes are purple. And then I will add some blue with the wind around him. And I think I'll add the green to the fire. I like how it looks. So let's make it look dark, so kind of blackish. I have no orange. I have to use the colors I use and figure out his face, how his face looks. I'm not crazy about his face here, but he's supposed to look shocked and awe and afraid. I mean, there's fire around him, and there's a blast of wind that's probably coming from him, but he's not sure. He's just amazed to make it out. So I think I'm settled on the fifth face, the 6th. I don't know what to make that face. Second face, I don't know. But anyway, that face, the one I colored in. You can see it. I don't know. I'm not really watching this camera as much as I should. I don't know how much you can see. So I'm starting with the sketching, a really quick sketch. Trying to fill it out, going back to figuring out the angle of how I decided to make him, which was in a diagonal from the head would be on the right side and the foot on the left. But I still have problems, so just draw a perimeter around my page. The page usually is already perimeter, but I'm putting an extra perimeter around my page to figure out the composition. Once I got that down, start sketching him. Which is not bad. He's pretty easy, well, easier, I guess, to figure out. Just, and then I think the hardest part I had, and the longest thing I struggled on was the hands. I couldn't get the hands no matter what. The feet, I'm not great with feet either, but I have an easier time with the feet than I had with the hands. And so I can't figure out, I just skip to the face. And until I figure out the head again. And, well, I can't have a naked body, so gotta put clothes on him, I guess. And I'm not sure how well this fits or figure, but I'm just winging it. I'm not even looking on references again. But this time I planned it out, so it's a little bit better than the first time around. But I also know that weirdos clothes bundle up, figuring where the clothes bundle up. Sorry for coughing. Anyway. And then I had to, I don't know if you see it, but the face is okay, but the camera shut off on me at a point. That's okay. Charge it, clear out my memory, blah blah blah. I came back, and as you can see, I finished through everything with the flames and everything. I figured that out, and now I'm coloring it into colors. So coloring it, as I said, from my little thumbnail note, if I could get back to it. Flames are pink, so pink flames, and just trying to outline. I didn't know what to start, so start with a face, and I color in the face purple and blue. The eyes are gonna be blue. I'm gonna stick with blue eyes. I really like that, but I'm gonna make the purple, the iris black purple, so it looks darker compared to the blue. Does that make sense? That makes sense, yes. And then draw the rest of the face purple, draw the eyebrows in here blue, and not go to the flames. Skipping a step. Go to the flames, coloring it pink. Not the greatest artist. Or just like a coloring, or these pen socks. Either way, something. Very streaky, but I like how it's coming out so far, as I outline with the green and coloring all the green parts, and then now I'm coloring the flames with all the pink parts, and you can see how it looks darker. So it gives the effect of like dark shadows in the flames, I guess. I don't know, but I like it. And I move on, and coloring, more coloring. Okay, now we move on to the body, and I have no idea how I'm doing this, so I'm just gonna stick to hashing, because I don't want to fully color him. He's gonna just be one big blob of color, because it's just purple, mostly purple. So, and I want to show a bleeding into blue, and I have no idea what to do with that, because he's supposed to went so purple to blue. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna wing it. Well, I am winging it. So I do some of the details, and I just start hashing in purple and figuring out how I'm going to incorporate the blue, which I think is just make a line from where I left off the purple, or just combine the purple with the blue. Yeah, and just hopefully it come out alright. So now drawing I think I'm drawing the blue parts. Drawing all the purple parts, the shoes and the shoes, pants, shoes, shirt. And then now I'm adding all the blues for the wind. And, well, and it looks alright. I like it. I'm starting to like it. It's not the greatest, but it's much better than the first one. I guess, yeah, I think it's a good choice. And then I feel like it needs some more work, and I don't know why I did this, but I added green for like floorboards. I'm not sure if it added anything. I don't know if it made it better or worse, but you know, here it is. And now looking at it, I forgot to draw the hands. Yeah, but I did my best, and I really like the full color flames against the very liney body, but this is for, but as I said, I don't know about the floorboards. I think I should have colored full green with white highlights so the body continues standing out against with just being a bunch of line art, basically. I think it would have looked much better. But then the problem is finding white to go against the green because I'm not sure this marker is so cheap. It can barely go over itself if you felt over it. You can see the parts where I go over it multiple times. The page is starting to rub off. But I tried to work with the limitations. And yeah, I like it's better compared to the first time, which is just a guy just standing there. It looks at least more dynamic and the coloring looks more purposeful. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to this, and that's it. I think I should actually color the hand, but whatever. So this is my drawing with the Dollar Store brush markers. The full colors: pink, blue, green, and purple. Hope you like it. Now it's officially done. This is it. This is it. No more. You go. Sorry for holding you up. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Or maybe a catty one. Whichever. Enjoy. Bye.